help?
Big time. We need your help. He's so dramatic.
Oh, my little girl. Our 6-year-old daughter.
Which will remain nameless.
Called us.
Give me yams.
Called us and having sex. And not just any part.
Wait.
But we don't get to it.
Yeah.
We get to it.
Yeah.
So before we do, y'all please don't go nowhere today. We need y'all help. We need your help. Let's start with the theme song. That'll help me. That'll bring some joy to me.
All right. Laugh, learn, love. Laugh, learn, love.
Hey.
Laugh, learn, love.
It's the Mr. and Mrs. Mr. Podcast Show.
Laugh, learn, love. Laugh, learn, love.
Hey.
Laugh, learn, love.
It's the Mr. and Mrs. Mr. Podcast Show. Yeah.
Let's start the show.
Yes.
Yes.
On the Mr. and Mrs. Podcast, I am your host, Mr. Also known as Jeffrey Mr. And right beside me is my beautiful wife,
Dana Mister.
And
together we are
the Misters. Thank y'all for going along this journey. Everybody who subscribed already, who rated the podcast on Apple, Google, Spotify.
Kudos to you.
On YouTube. Appreciate y'all. Gabe on the comments. Anybody who's commented, shared anything. Thank y'all, man.
Thank you.
Thank y'all. Now we need your help. Hopefully we help you. Hopefully you can help us. We've been in this situation before. And I don't know, a couple times before when they were little babies were. Hopefully they don't remember that.
No, they don't remember.
So let me set the situation up, right? Can I set the situation up? So, okay. This is me. Alright? This is me. I'm going by la 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 la.
And for those who cannot see, this is he has a Black Panther in his hand.
Yes. Yeah, I have a Black Panther in my hand. And this is Mrs. Mister. She's going by.
Oh, Malia need to do something back here.
Wow. That's the first thing you see that?
And the other person is a baby doll.
Yes, it's Black Panther the baby doll. She's
It's
walking
Sarah
up.
Gardner, and she calls her.
She's walking up. I'm just minding my business. She's like, oh, look at them abs. And she's like, oh. And so somehow she gets on who on top of who? Who's on top of who?
Why are you using our kids?
So,
Jeff.
it's like this. I think I was on top of you. Somebody's on top of somebody, right?
Oh my God.
So we sit back like this. So you can vision this if you listen to the podcast. All right. And so we getting, everything's going the way it's supposed to go. Hold on. Everything's going the way it's supposed to go, right? And so not just during this part. So somehow somebody left the door open. She left the door open. Rule number one: never leave the door. I like to double lock, but hey, this on there. So as this is going on, taking place, hi-ya, that's the door, hi-ya. Yeah. So as a good person should, you allow the woman to arrive at her destination. and so she arrives, and so right as she is arriving, it's a child-friendly program. So we're gonna see. So somebody sneaks in. This is Dora, if you're listening on the podcast.
She never called me.
This is Dora. So Dora's sneaking behind on the side of the bed. And so as Miss Misty gets to her arrival, shoot it, whoop, whoop, whoop. She starts singing, what? Flip, flop, ooh, Jodeci, let me hear you say, yeah, baby, I'm begging.
Okay, Joe.
And so she pops up. Hey, what y'all doing? What's all this noise in here? And so you look up, and you're like, and so she looks at her eyes. Get out of here.
I did not say get out of here.
What did you say?
I said, baby, go to the room, and this is where we go to a little segment called Whose Side You're On.
Thank you, Black Panther, and two baby daughters, and Dora.
So
we don't have a Mexican daughter, but we love Mexican daughters, and we love everyone. So.
But anyway, the segment Whose Side You're On.
Whose side you're on?
So basically, the debate question is.
I have it.
Go ahead.
I have it. So, If your kid or children caught you in the act of making pancakes, get in the yams. Give you 2 scoops of those yams. 2 scoops? How many scoops? 2. But if your kids caught you having sex, would you lie to them or would you tell them the truth? That's what we were faced with. That's why we need your help. Yes. So please weigh in on this.
Let me tell you, for me, my side is I lied, okay? My daughter is 6 years old, and I basically told her, I used the wrestling thing. I just said, Mommy and Daddy.
I ain't never seen you wrestle. You don't even watch wrestling. So
I said, Mommy and Daddy are playing. We were playing wrestling. I was like, so why don't you guys go back into the living room? And it was late at night. I think was it late at night?
That's because you don't be putting kids to sleep.
Yeah.
You give
but anyway, so I was like, go back to your room, go back to your bed, and so after we finished. I went there.
What does that mean?
After we finished being intimate with each other, then, I got myself together, and then I went in there and I did check on her. And she was like,
did you get a towel?
I basically, just share with
This episode's going to be fun. This is going to be fun.
Because, I'm going to be honest with you. I do not feel comfortable talking about this. Why you keep pushing me?
I want the podcast listeners to lose their eardrum. Get a little loud, but it's all good. She's ears. I'm little ears. She's a little uncomfortable. You gotta be. Listen, let me say something. If you listen to a podcast, you watch it on YouTube, you on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, whatever you listen to, Google Podcast, whatever you listen to right now, I want to let you know, your mama and them did the exact same thing. Guess what you were? You were a little sperm. Sliding and gliding.
Anyway.
Until you got to the end. You were the winner. All the winners out here.
So basically what I shared. So I just went and I checked out and just told her, Mommy and Daddy, again, we're just playing.
And she was like, why are you making that noise? Is Daddy
hurting you? And she was concerned because she was like, are you okay? And I said, yes, baby, I'm just playing. We're good. So yes, I did lie to my daughter because I want to preserve her innocence. She says, one of the things that we discuss is I want my children to stay children, and when they become teens, we can focus on that when they become teens, but I want children to stay children. And right now, my baby is my baby. And so that's where I stand. You don't have to agree with me, but that's where I stand.
Lie to him. Look him in the face.
What was that? What was the thing that you said?
One of the jokes. One of the stand-up jokes I have is called Love Lies.
I did a love lie because I love her and I want to protect and preserve her innocence. So, So yes.
Okay.
So that's my talk.
That's your take. So you take look your child in the eye and lie.
I love lie.
Love lie. Okay. So, so my take is the opposite. I don't know if y'all know that. My take is to tell that child the truth. Because guess what? The next time, I'm just not done at this point in time. I have juice that that's what I paid for that. I don't see over here. See this ring right here? That's why I put this. You think I made 17 easy payments to sneak around the house? No. If I get that feeling, I need sexual healing. I need it right
goodness.
At that time, whatnot. And so how hard we work to get in this house and all this stuff to get here. I don't want to have to. I want to be at ease, whatever. They're the visitors. You know what I'm saying? They live here visitors. They come in here for a short time. They don't pay rent or nothing. And so my mom would say yes. Say yes. I would look at her and say yes. Me and your mama, I'm getting the yams from your mama right now.
No.
Season them up.
No.
To look at it and say what's happening. So you need to get the yams. You need to understand what those yams are. Well, not understand the yams are. Just understand you don't need to be in here. If you hear if this room are knocking, don't come up. If this room are rocking, don't come knocking. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is tell the child the truth.
But I have learned a valuable lesson. Make sure you lock the door.
You left the door wide open too. You left the door wide open. You didn't have to open the door. Like at least you can hear a creak. At least you can hear a creak of somebody.
Like once you get into it, you don't want to just be like, oh, you know what? Let me stop. You just.
Women are more concerned about that. Men, we just like. I remember a time when they were little. I remember them being on the bed and you weren't looking at eye contact. I made direct eye contact with Lee like this. She looked at me, I looked at her. She looked at me, I looked at her, and I looked at her, and she looked at me. And I just kept going. That's how a real man does.
Anyway.
A real man won't let their child's future stop them from doing what they need to do.
Anyway, so put it in the comments.
Yes.
What do you think? And most people may say it's based on age, but what do you think?
Man, that joke be 19. You just gotta know. You got to get out of here.
So,
it's
would you lie to your child in regards to being intimate? You know, explain it, or would you go ahead?
Why don't you say the actual word? Don't feel like you say it.
Sex.
Sex. Why is that? Like I said, everybody watching. If you watching this episode, you a winner. You're one out of a million that survives. Your brother and sister dead. You lived it. They died. Only one, unless you're a twin. Y'all share it.
Anyway,
one sperm. I don't know.
But yes.
So yes, so definitely that. Let us know on social media. On Instagram, mr.mrs.mister, Mr. Mrs.
Would you be honest with your children, or will you lie to them? Love lies.
Or tell them the truth. They're going to know eventually. If they know, they hear noises, stay out there. That's what cartoons are for. We couldn't watch cartoons but just on Saturday morning. They can watch cartoons anytime. So stay your little tail in there until we come back out. Yeah. Cleaned with a warm towel. Yeah. And we're ready to get back to life.
Okay, so moving right on to the learning part.
Yes.
So this is a carryover, so yeah.
All right, so hold on. So with that, right, I want to think back. What was the talk? So we're talking about the talk, right? We're thinking about, hey, we might have to have the talk. We haven't done it yet. She lied to him. I didn't really have a choice then because we didn't really talk about this beforehand. Just kind of got placed in the situation. So if you haven't been there, prepare yourself now. But I want to know first, did you have the talk with your parents or anybody coming up? So nobody. Mama,
if you're watching this, I don't think you ever had to talk with me.
Wow. She never had to talk with you.
No, but we did home economics. You know, we did.
So the school, the streets was responsible.
No, the school. Yeah, I mean, because
so
we had
help. How did the conversation go? Do you remember?
With the school? I mean, because it was just an overview. You know, in school,
it was like
health. No, it was a health class, and so they talked about, they talked about, sex. They talked about. They also gave you the other part of sex. Like how you got, STDs and all of that stuff. So, it was just a very transparent. They used all the, the medical terminology and all those good things. So, but they, of course, at the school they didn't share. One of the things when a man loves a woman and they get married. And, they decide to become, you know what I'm saying? And, they didn't go that part, but.
It sometimes goes that way. Sometimes it don't.
Yeah. So, but what I'm saying is they didn't give that. They gave more of the medical.
Bioengineering terms.
The bio what?
The bioengineering.
The biology part.
The biology term, yeah. Bioengineering.
The bioengineering.
That's true. So nobody had to talk with you. I know what we need to do. We need to do a bonus episode of you having to talk with your mom. Now. Wouldn't it be another episode of you having to talk with your mom?
No.
It's never too late. That's what we gotta say. It's never too late to know. She may have some information to know. She deserves to get you there.
No.
So go ahead.
No.
So, yes. You have something you want to ask me?
I thought we were going to the learning part.
I know, but I'm saying I want to know what it was like for you coming up. For me,
did you have to talk with your parents?
Thank you for asking. I think my dad was like, hey, all right, when a man likes a woman, all right, he gets a wine cooler, typically a Boone's Farm.
No, Joe, see, you be exaggerating.
It was a quick talk. He was like, yeah, don't bring no babies in here. I'm worried where I pick them up from. There you go. And so I don't think my fault. My mom didn't say that.
And ask yourselves, did your family really have to talk?
Yes, I mean, most, especially in most communities now, people are afraid. Like you said, it's easier to lie to them. Like, hey, I don't want to.
No, No,
I'm saying right now.
Right now.
Yeah, I feel
that. 6, but I just feel like, when the time presents itself,
But when's a good age though? Now with all the things they could be exposed, she could be watching Baby Shark and then a video or something pop up on this side. They could get. Hopefully not. Hopefully YouTube, y'all
that's
blocking
Baby
Shark.
That's the reason why you need to put your kids to.
Yeah, don't put them on regular YouTube. But then, stuff comes up like commercials now. Somebody was selling Bibles almost in bikinis and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Not true, but what is a good age then? So, all right, neither of us really had a talk about that. My folks was like, don't bring no babies here. Don't bring no babies here. I remember my mama coming up and picking me up from seeing a young lady up on the street, she's like, get in the car. I'm like, Mom, why you? That's a good talking conversation. So, Mom, we need to have to talk too. I'll do it. I'll talk about Mom.
You gonna talk to your mom?
That's
gonna be the bonus episode.
We need to get a bonus episode to see if we can get that going. I need to make sure they agree. We may have to do it without them knowing. Is that legal in the state?
I don't think that's legal.
Like
but anyway, let's get to the learn part.
Okay, thank you.
So I can go pick up my kids. Okay.
Yeah, well, you going to lie to them fast?
So, go ahead.
So all right. So there's an article. It's called "How to Have the Talk with Your Child" by Beta Santora. She's a QDT editor on how to have the talk with your child. Quick and dirty tips. That's what QDT stands for. So I thought it was a good article. She started off with a couple questions. It says, "What does orgasm feel like?" Or you just coughed? And does masturbating have any negative side effects? Do these questions make you uncomfortable? And y'all got here through this. This is how you came here. So yeah, you gotta take the taboo out of it. So first tip she gave is there's more than one talk. It's not just something you just have with them.
Right.
Just go in there.
Right.
It's more than one talk, right?
Right.
And so any consultants do think about like, hey, what age should we start talking to about? Right. I think 6, like now, because you think about when I was coming up, I don't know, we didn't have access to everything now, but like you never know who they're riding the bus with, who they're at school with, whatever too. So it's best coming from them. But understand there's more than walk talk. Yeah. The talk shouldn't be literally just one talk. Ideally, talking with your child about sex begins much younger and parallels your child's natural, physical, emotional, and social development.
And I think it goes back to you have to know your child though. You have to know, I mean, as a parent, you have to know your child and say, okay, you know what, this would be the proper time or the right time to discuss about, you know, sex. And I think another thing too is parents, you have to be comfortable, because what you don't want to do is have your child scared of sex, because sex is a good thing when it's done, you know what I'm saying, in the right way. So I think so you definitely want to make sure that when you explain it to your child, you know, in the right way. And I think as parents, I think you have to sit down, if you're married or if you're single, you have to really think about what you're going to say and be prepared for the questions that they may ask.
That's what people don't want to say. Like, yeah. Well, when was your first time? It's like,
because
exactly. And so, but just understand, there's more than one talk. I think just being there sometimes too is a huge thing. So that's tip 1. Tip 2.
Tip 2, give your child a heads up. Let your child know that you're planning to initiate this conversation and let them get comfortable with the idea ahead of time. Basically, you don't want to catch your child off guard. So you want to make sure, again, that, you kind of schedule a time to be like, hey, I really want to sit down and discuss, sex, the topic of being intimate, or sex with you, so they get a better understanding, so they could also be prepared, and so they could be prepared, as well as they could go ahead and begin to write down their questions, and you could just say, hey, and if you have any questions, just jot them down, this is an open forum, for...
First question to ask you, Mama, why was your buns tooted in the air? What you gonna say? No, just
and then for us, I know we have 2 children. We have 2, 5, and 6.
Yep, and the second one came just like that.
So, but another thing too, if you have multiple kids, the article states make sure you want to make sure you have the conversation separately to respect the privacy of that child as well. So you don't want to do a family meeting. This is not the time to do a family meeting and call everybody and be like, okay, the topic we're gonna have is talk about sex. Well,
let's talk about sex, baby.
Okay, focus.
Let's talk about you. Let's talk about all the good things. You don't know that something. Y'all
didn't listen to this. I lost track of thought. But go ahead.
I'm sorry. No, but what you're saying was like not doing a family meeting, not doing a group.
Yeah, so you don't want to do a group meeting. Yeah, you don't want to do a presentation. Yeah, you don't want to do a presentation or a TED Talk or any of those things, because one child may be very extroverted, so they may be willing to discuss it, whereas another child may be more timid and shy, and so you know your child, know your child and know exactly what your set the expectations for them as well, the groundwork for them.
Tip 3 is keep your purpose in mind. Keep in mind that you're having these conversations with your tween or teen. 1, to empower them with knowledge to help them make safe, educated decisions as they move through natural phases of development. And 2, also to help them understand that feelings changing physically and emotions are normal. So as they come up, that's for more of the tweens and like getting to the teens and whatnot too. I'd say start even earlier than that. But any professionals that want to, comment on this about what. Yeah. But now, like, they're exposed to sex earlier than we were, for the most part, and their graphic images out there, like on the phone, like you could, somebody could type something in.
Well, I think that's just why they say the tweens, the preteens, because that could be 10, 11, 12. So, Lord Jesus.
So get your mind right.
But yeah, so for those of us with younger kids, let's just enjoy these moments and play with baby dolls.
That's what I was doing. So like, I remember playing with G.I. Joes, and we had a Barbie. We was like, let's play house. Like there was stuff that was still going. We didn't know. You was like this. I mean, as a little boy, you like this thing should go somewhere. This thing is sticking up should go in somewhere.
Tip number 4, be prepared for questions about your own teenage decisions. That's what you just said.
Yep.
Remember, this conversation is not a tell-all. Be straightforward and be honest, but don't feel compelled to share every decision you made as a teen. Help your child understand that it's a time to make safe choices for themselves that they'll be happy with in the long term, especially when peer pressure comes into place. The focus should be ensuring that your child has what he needs to make safe decisions for himself. Address the decision-making process, not just the decisions. So again, parents, this is our way of escape, okay? So that don't mean we don't have to tell them everything that happens in our teenage years and college years. Just be definitely straightforward with them. But again, just put it back on them. This is about you making, the right decisions, so yeah.
Also, too, being real as well. Like, I don't remember a lot of people being real about the struggle about trying not to have sex at that time.
Yeah, because temptation is there.
Yeah, it's going to be there. Yeah. Just being able to be open to talk to somebody about that, somebody who's been through that. Right. So, like, open the door. It may not be, they may not say anything, but at least they know they can come to you instead of going to Junebug down the street or somebody in the street. So it's like, I would rather have an open forum about that.
Right.
And then
you want them to come to you.
Yes, and some people have made mistakes. Like, we all have made mistakes or whatever it is. But, like, how open do you want to be about those things? And then, which I think,
I think the thing about it is,
honesty brings healing.
Yeah, honesty brings healing. And I also believe that if, I wouldn't say go through whatever. Like, if you were hot to try,
Boy, this thing was good, warm on homecoming. Woo.
I wouldn't go there, but just say, when I was a teen or a college, I wish I would have made a better decision. I wish I would have waited, to I was with your dad, or whatever the situation may be. But I'm just saying is don't give so much of the biology part that you miss the emotional connection component of it.
Yeah, the lesson piece of it.
And the lesson piece of it. Because we do pride ourselves on being transparent. Now, again, we're not going to go into
your mama, when she flipped that leg, woo, boy. But you need to wait on that. Because you'll have somebody to flip the leg for you. Holla, Shabbat.
Go ahead. Anyway, tip number 5.
Tip number 5 is practice beforehand. So, role play that thing with somebody else. Let's do a little quick role play, real quick. You be the parent, I'll be the child.
Okay. Go ahead.
Hey, I'm just watching cartoons. Just cartooning it up. You said you wanted to talk to me about sex.
Why are you whispering?
That's what kids, I'm trying to be the child.
Oh, okay. Well, you don't have to whisper, baby. Sex is a normal part of our biology. Is that
what y'all were doing when I came in there? When I popped up on the bed, you said y'all was wrestling?
Wait a minute, how old are you again?
I'm 6 years old.
No, we're not talking at 6. Go ahead, you a teen.
I'm asking you a question. Okay, I'm a teen. I just grew up, so
you 10.
Okay, now I'm 9.
Okay.
I'm 9.
Hold on, 9. That's 3 years from now.
I'm trying to get you ready.
Okay.
So, I was on the bus, and this boy told me he's had sex before. What's sex?
Sex is when a male and a female Basically, they are intimate. What is
it?
I'm going to have to get myself together. You didn't tell me to prepare this.
You need to be ready. You stay ready. You have to get ready. So you say, so this conversation is going south.
Yes.
I think we can both agree to that. Both agree to that. So usually, what does intimate mean?
Okay.
See that? You see how ill-prepared we are? You were a winner of sex. You were the sperm that won. You know that, Mom, that's what we learned in class today. We learned in class, one of the older kids who've been feeling a lot.
So basically, sex is when a man take his penis and place it inside the lady's vagina, and they are, you know what? I don't know.
I told y'all some help is needed. Like, you gotta get ready. And see, this is a good sign. It's a good wake-up call. Somebody's watching this right now, like, look, my baby, my baby. Somebody has got 8 grandkids now because they don't even know what's going on.
Let's go to number 5.
That was number 5. Pregnant
Number 6.
We were trying to practice. All right, the talk. I'm a fan of the talk. Isn't only about sex. It's about development, feelings, concerns, social growth, and self-acceptance about their body, about whatever. Not having to be something else. I think one of the things we see from a lot of women, a lot of men, like they don't accept themselves already, and they grown. Like many of them struggle now with sex. Sex is the outlet for being self-accepting and saying, regardless of who you are, accept yourself. I think that'll help too. One thing we talked about in the previous episode too is not having that conversation, which we can tell. We can tell the byproduct of that conversation now. But just with that, you can struggle with sex being taboo even after getting married, right? So many times for somebody who's trying to restrain from having sex, right? And so even after you get married, now it's like it's okay. But that can stick in your mind, like, is that something that, hold on now, sex is taboo. And so when you get married, now the yams is, hey, you can get it. And so like, did you feel any of that? Is this too much for you? See, look at this. I'm over it. You gotta be, we probably said the #1 relationship marriage podcast in the world, speaking to existence. We're transparent. We're gonna give it real on this stuff. So we won't let you down. So I'm gonna give you a second to breathe. I'm gonna ask the question again and say, how did not having the talk coming up and maybe seeing sex as taboo, I can tell the way the conversation is going right now, so you don't even that's that part, affected you in marriage, or did it affect you in marriage? Shoot it out there. That's what's what's hold you back. That's gonna hold you back. This is the transcript.
No, it's just.
You see that? You see it in America? You listen in America? You see this? This is what happens. This is what happens when sex has been taboo. That's it. 66666666666. Untaboo it. 66. Everybody, you listen right now. Say 66666666666. Come on, 1, 2, 3. 666. See, you can't even say it. You see that? This is the product what I'm saying. If you do not talk your truth about sex, this is what will happen. You can't even say it. Just say 66666. You can't even say it. You can't even say a word.
Okay.
Okay. Just say that word. And
my goodness. My face hurts.
Go ahead.
Okay.
All right. The people are with it.
So what you want to say?
So I want you to say, how did not talking about sex and sex being a taboo subject all throughout your life?
No, it just makes it more challenging. You know, to think about it, it's kind of, it's one of those things, it just made it more challenging, you know, because, you know, we didn't talk about it. We just didn't. Just growing up, we just didn't talk about it. And so that's one of the things I am working on. As you can see, I am still working on.
6666666. Just say it one time for the people. They want to hear you say it. Come on, just say it one time. Come on. 66666666666. It's going to help untaboo.
But I will say that there is freedom in being. It is freedom, you know, saying six. So, you know, but it does make it a little bit more challenging. It makes me uncomfortable. I'm sweating. I get anxiety. But it's one of those things. But I do know one of those things that I want to work on, because my kids now, we have a very open relationship. Even we talk about, even at 5 and 6, like, you know, I'm always thinking of thought-provoking questions to them. Just even, you know, versus saying, how was your day? I was like, tell me one thing that interesting that happened to you at school today? Or, so it's just trying to think of more thought-provoking questions. So from taking that perspective all the way over into the sex conversation, I hope
we
that
really need to have the talk. I would love to hear you and the parent talk about the talk. That would be, I would pay money for that.
Yes, we're gonna wrap this thing on up. But so I said all that to say that I am working on it, and so to be more.
What does work on it mean? Like for somebody who's listening or watching right now, who's saying, you know what,
I'm becoming more open and more because I came up in a more conservative household where we didn't discuss it, and for those that it made me want to just go out there and just, but yeah.
How many kids your mom have?
3.
So she had to have at least 3 So she had to have sex at least 3 times. I love it. This is okay.
So, but what I'm saying is, I'm just working on it. I'm working on it. I think I'm becoming more open with you. We begin to explore more things, even when it comes to being sexual, being intimate.
While we had people watching, what's one thing you want to explore with me? I don't want the audience. We're gonna talk more about it. We got to go deeper in this side because I think that's something. For people who come up in a conservative, sometimes a Christian household, many times sex is talked bad. Well, not saying that you.
Yeah, it wasn't talked bad. We just didn't talking about it. Yeah, we just didn't talking about it. So
whether it's not talked about or it's seen as bad, that becomes a part of your core of who you are.
Right.
And so when you get married, and now like it could be the man or it could be the woman. And
but
so
the thing about it is that you guys didn't talk about it like that either. And I think but you're more of an extrovert.
Yeah, I was like, well, you have to talk to me about it. I'm going to figure it out and see what. But I think I would have not made as many mistakes if I would have had a conversation about it.
Right. So the whole basis of this conversation, make sure you have the sex talk with your child. Know your child. Know when it's the right time. And have that open, transparent conversation. And the last point was just to listen. Make sure you make sure you listen. I think a lot of times, and also watch your facial expression.
Like you were just
I know a lot of times, I know for me. And ladies, we put our emotions on our face. Mm-hmm. So, you have to watch your facial expressions, especially when you're having that conversation. Because, we want to make sure that sex is a good thing. It is a good thing. But when it's the right time with the person that you are in love with.
You like having sex?
And, based on the Bible is when you are intimate, when you're in a biblical marriage. What you say now?
You like having sex with me?
Yes, I love having sex with you, Jeffrey.
You want to go after this episode?
Anyway. Okay, next week. So remember to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. On Instagram, Mr.Mrs.Mr. Facebook, Mr.and.Mrs.Mr. Podcast. Email Mr. and Mrs. Mr. @gmail.com. And then next week, do you know my needs? Jeffrey, you know my needs?
No, it's not. We kind of talked about that already. I think we need to go more into. Well, we'll tell you what. A couple ways we're gonna go into this thing because
that's what you said.
No, that's the. Oh, I just didn't catch up. You missed me. No.
Okay, scratch that. What's next week?
All right, scratch it. Next week though, in terms of the sex talk part. We may continue this talk. I also want to get into the sex talk with couples, like just the conversation. Not getting into sex itself, about what that means, whatever, but just the conversation about sex is something that, like you said, if you're struggling with your child, which I'm sure that makes a difference.
No. Right now, I'm just thinking. Right now, they're my baby. They're 5 and they're 6. So, and I get it. Some people may say, oh, you need to start now, But for me right now, with me knowing my children, my thing is they're not there.
Many times, parents, if you're watching this too, have a conversation with your kids now. If they're older, this would be a good conversation to say, when did you start thinking about sex? At what age, right? And so, you're thinking like they're not going to think about sex until 18, 24, 42, right? But it's normally earlier than that. And so, have that conversation. So, your love work this week is to have a conversation with each other about when is a good time to talk to your children about sex. If you haven't yet, if you looking over, I just don't see it. Like, talk to each other first before you go for one person goes there. Practice with each other. rewind this, watch it, listen to it with your mate or whatever. And y'all
I have a question.
Yeah, sure.
Will it be better for both of us to have the talk, or will it be better male to male, female to female, or would it be better female to male? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so,
that's a good thing. So,
and if you chime in on that, if you feel,
us to counselors, anybody who's counselors or professional people who work with in those situations with kids or parents, whatever, please comment on this.
Yes.
Share your thoughts. You never know who you can help. So your love work this week, have a conversation with each other first about this conversation. Because many times we don't talk about it with each other, and we definitely don't talk about it with the kids. And then set up a time. Use some of these steps to set up a time to have a conversation with the kids. Pick the right time. Don't just be off in front of their friends and whatnot. Don't be nasty. You're going to lose your look. So, okay, cool. We got to close out. Thank y'all for joining. Rate the podcast. If you want to rate the podcast, follow everything at that. It's just like we say in every episode, right? We laugh, we learn, and we love. So, I want you to take a look at them. Put your arm around the fellas. Say, I like you. I love you. And I want you. And I love sex. Ooh. We're gonna try this. We're gonna try to say something.
Thank
appreciate
you.
it. Tune in, log in. We here. Want to see y'all responses, all right? 666. Say it one more time for the people. 666. Come on.
We love you. And there ain't nothing you can do about it.
We love you. God loves you.